Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's Jordan here, bringing you episode 14 of our Draft of Glory series here in NHL 26 with the Saskatoon Bison. Now, already on episode 14, what that means we've got about 11 episodes left. We've only won 2 Stanley Cups, and we are unfortunately going to be entering a sort of retool phase here. But before we get too much into that, let's go over a couple of comments here. We've got a few comments here from Scottish Terrier Lover. The first one, he points out that Kerman is up to medium franchise potential. And I did not notice that, I'm going to be honest. I'm sure that could have even happened a couple episodes ago. I honestly didn't notice. And yeah, he really started to hit his stride. I mean, 100-point seasons on his current 3-year contract and 38 goals, 39 goals, and then a whopping 56. He has definitely arrived as one of the best centers in the NHL. His next comment here just points out that getting McKenna on that 15.5 mil contract is very team friendly, and I'm glad that you guys agree with that, because I was a little bit unsure. But I mean, he is the face of the franchise, and you got to think Liam Pugh's getting 18 and Kerman wants 21. I'll show you guys that quickly. Yeah, he's asking for 21 million, 25 million on an 8-year deal. So yeah, 15 for McKenna definitely feels team friendly for sure. And then he points out, and I'll put this comment on the screen right here. He says, since that he brought up about the contract negotiations, that we've saved around $6.5 million. And that's on me, guys. I definitely should have been doing that the entire time. I wish I would have done that with guys like Andros. And there's other few players there like Moran. Maybe if I would have been doing that the entire time, we wouldn't be in this contract cap hell that we're in right now. But also, this is just what happens when you get all these, fantastic medium elite prospects. They all want to get paid. So this episode is going to be very interesting in terms of contract negotiations and just where the team is going to, enter into next, because you can see Braun, Jonas, and Suter all have 1 year left. See, it's 2 years, but we haven't hit July 1st yet. So they're all going to have 1 year left. They're all going to want to get paid a lot more than they're getting now. I mean, Rod Holt expires right now. So it's going to be tough to keep all these guys around, as well as Morrow is expiring now. And he's asking for 7 on a 3-year deal. We cannot restrict him anymore, so we kind of have to just give him what he wants. But at least we can negotiate and potentially save, $1.5 million, maybe. If we're lucky, we'll just have to give him a clause. And that does mean, for me anyways, that the March's time in Saskatoon is done. We cannot see the buyout right here, but we are going to be buying him out in this episode to free up cap space. He's just on too long-term a deal, and we have a few other goalies that are going to come up and, be the next guy up. And if we sign Morrow to just a shorter-term deal, we won't have to buy him out. We can just let him go when the time comes for those other goalies. Without further ado here, we're going to hop right into the draft. We've got to get through this draft quickly for sure, because it is going to be a much longer contract negotiation. At least for me. I don't know how much of it I'll actually show you guys, but I know for me it's going to be a lot longer than usual. And we've got a few prospects to choose from here. I like that this defenseman is a gem. We definitely need some more defensive prospects. But I think that we can get them later on in the draft. I really like that Murray Flynn is already listed as NHL ready. And that could be huge for us, getting him in the lineup right away on an entry-level deal. So we're going to go ahead and take him with the first pick for us. Now we're going to go ahead and get this goalie, medium elite. We'll take a look. He's 4 years ETA, which is honestly pretty good for a goalie. So I'm very happy that we're able to get him. Again, this is interesting. It was like a trade popped up, but then the game remembered I don't want to see trade offers. So we're not going to take Steos here. We already took a goalie, so we're most likely going to take this defenseman. We won't be able to get Linden as well, so go ahead here, take the defenseman. That's definitely something we need, and hopefully he can, actually develop for us. Go ahead and look at the pins. We can take this low elite prospect right now. And then hopefully we can find a couple of steals in here. I'm not ready to take that other low elite just yet. He can definitely wait for at least one more pick. Oh, screw it. We're going to go ahead and take DeAndre Keene since we are in need of some defensive prospects. I know it's top 4 D low, but we've had some success with low elites. Maybe we can get him in the lineup with some the right growth as well. And then we'll go ahead and take this low elite. We're having a really quick draft, guys. I apologize for that, but at this point, the drafts are not the most important thing for us. With our last pick there, we'll take Locke. Unless we end up entering a full-on rebuild, the drafts are just not the most important thing like they were before. Obviously, they're still very important, but, the biggest thing is obviously just making sure we keep good scouts as well as doing the contract negotiations. And I did offer Keaton Reynolds a contract in between episodes here, so he did accept that, which is nice. I did a little bit of the lesser contracts, so it'd be a little bit less work when I'm recording. I'll show you guys all expiring. Right away, we're just going to qualify Herman. We are going to qualify Bush, and we are going to qualify Holt. Now, before I buy out DeMarchi, I'm going to do the contract negotiation with Morrow. We're going to charm him for sure. Let's talk about the contract. He wants 3 years. I'd personally prefer a 2-year deal. He wants a $7.65 million per season. We're going to offer him a clause first. We're just going to give him right away the no move clause. It can be full, cover the entire contract. And he likes that quite a bit. So now we can negotiate the salary. So I took $1 million off that. He doesn't like that. What if I promise him that he is made the starter? Will that help? That does not help at all. Let's see then if we have to get him on a 3-year deal to... Okay, well, we got to negotiate the cap hit now. We still want it to be $1 million less. And now we have to put the clauses again. I don't like this. Just because I switch the years, EA, doesn't mean I want to switch everything. And perfect. We can even get less money off of him. 500K. We're going to offer this. It's going to be the first thing we do. We're going to just offer him it and advance the day. So if we buy out Rob DeMarchi after Morrow accepts, it's going to save us $6 million a year. Unfortunately, that $3 million is going to be on our books for 12 years, but it's just going to be a necessity. And then what I'm going to try to do is hopefully negotiate with one of these medium elite prospects for long-term on the cheap, and they can become the starter instead of Morrow after his 3-year deal is done. So let's advance the day. See if he accepts. Okay, so Morrow accepts. So Rob DeMarchi, it's been real having you here, man. But we just can't afford this. I mean, he was a 4th-round draft pick in 2028, and he's definitely the franchise goalie for sure. 204 wins, not even 100 losses. Definitely a big part of why we won 2 Stanley Cups. You can see this year, arguably he should have won the Conn Smythe. And then this year he was not as good, but still solid in net. Take a look. He's won 2 cups, a Vesna, and an M. Jennings. Definitely a sad day, but again, we just need the cap space. So we've got Morrow for $6 million as the starter, and we're gonna need a new backup goalie. It's probably gonna be Huivinen. I don't want to rush Reynolds or Lawson. So unfortunately, even with the buyout of DeMarchi, which again, it had to happen, guys, there was just no way around it. Morrow's definitely a cheaper option. Even though, again, we're stuck with $3 million on our books, having a goalie signed and still having $10 million in cap space, to me, I feel like was just the better option. And again, Morrow being on that 3-year deal, it gives us flexibility to get a younger goalie in on cheaper in the future. Now, we're not going to be able to bring back all 3 of these guys. Unfortunately, we're not going to be bringing back Kerman at all. There's just no way. We could start the negotiation. I'll show this very quickly. We'll charm him. Doesn't work. We'll do a 7-year deal because that's what you want. We're going to have to negotiate. And again, we need $10 million off this contract. So we're going to ask him for $3 million less. And we'll put a contract on there. The clause protection for sure. Cover the entire contract. Clause option, yes, absolutely. But look at where the bar is right now. And again, I mean, we can try to promise him line 1. It doesn't even let us get the cap hit down even more. So we're just down only 3 million. We can't sign this. If we tell him that's our final offer, he doesn't want to sign. So unfortunately, we're losing Kerman. And then even the same thing, Frank Bush we could negotiate with and get that cap hit down. But Rod Holt already is cheaper, and again, we can negotiate with Rod Holt and get that cap hit down. We charm him, nice, it works. Let's talk about the contract. 4 years. I would prefer, we'll just give him what he wants, a 4-year deal. Now, we can negotiate this cap hit down. We're going to ask him to take about $1.5 million less. And we'll definitely offer him a clause. Again, it's going to be no move, cover the full contract. Perfect. I think that this is a good deal. 5.9. We're going to offer that for a second line center paying only 5.9. That's going to help us, in the future. Oh, it doesn't let us offer him the contract? Okay, well, I'll offer it to him here then. Okay, we'll try to get him at 5.75 instead. He'll get back to our offer. I don't know why it didn't offer it to him. We'll advance 1 more day. And he rejects it because he feels he needs to test free agency. So we'll let him test free agency, but I'm going to have to stop the recording here, guys, because I do have to go do the scouts and the coaches. So give me a quick minute and I'll jump right back in when we're ready to simulate, and hopefully Curtis accepts. All right, so we're ready to advance a day now. We've got everybody given contracts to, so we'll advance another day. And now Curtis accepts. So we have $8 million in salary left. We still have to sign Rod Holt. We have Frank Bush and Kerman as well. I believe those are the only expiring contracts now. We will wait until the start of free agency and probably offer Holt a contract. I don't see us signing Bush. Like, we could definitely get him down money, but the thing is, the longer the contract is, the more money he wants. Whereas with Bush, we're able to get him to around $6 million on a 4 or 5 year deal. That's going to be a lot more beneficial for us in the long run. So let's get to the start of free agency here. And I will pick this back up when I start negotiating contracts again. I am going to look into some contract extensions as well. Try to, sign some players before they become too costly after having a fantastic regular season. All right, guys, I'm going to offer Rod Holt a 5-year deal at 5.5. His asking price comes down when you take years away, which is interesting. So he asked for a 3-year deal. Then it goes to 6, then it goes to 6.4, and then 6.9. That's why I like the 5-year deal at 5.5. And I'm hoping he accepts that deal. You can see though, we have a lot of contracts to deal with. Kuznetsov is also up. He wants a long-term contract. We have $23 million in cap space for next season. Like, not the one we're going to do in this episode, but for the one for next episode. So we have Braun, who needs a new deal. He wants $4 million. Kirk Jonas wants $11 million. Gonna be honest, we probably just let him walk. He is definitely worth that much money in his eyes, but in my eyes, he plays as a third line winger, so he's not getting paid that much money. And then Suter, he wants $18 million. Again, he most likely just gets let go. This is what I mean, guys, when we're going to be, entering the rebuild, is because these players want a lot more money than they're worth and a lot more money than we can afford to pay them. Like, I like Bush's contract, or sorry, Holt's contract, if he actually accepts that, which I don't think he will, but you never know. Yelanov needs a new deal. He wants NHL money, so I'm actually just going to wait. We'll see what he pans out into. So yeah, we're not going to negotiate too much right here. I guess we'll wait till we get into the regular season. So I'll pick this up and let you guys know if Holt accepted or not. And then we will show you guys the lines to start the regular season. All right, guys, very quickly, Rod Holt has decided to accept the offer. That is huge moving forward. All right, guys, so Tommy Kerman actually accepts a qualifying offer. I'm going to stop the season sim and take a look at our contracts. Okay, because the qualifying offer, we still had enough cap space for that deal. Now, I don't even see him on the main roster. Wait, it said he accepted, but he didn't accept? Again, you guys saw that. It said he accepted it, but now it's not. So I guess we'll just get back to the start of the regular season. All right, guys. So here we are at the start of the regular season. We're going to switch things up. Start with the AHL lines. So you've got Reynolds and Lawson in net. These guys are both medium elite prospects. We're looking for big years out of them. Now, forward lines, we've got Legace, Kravchenko, Goligoski, you got Frolov, Pitt, Heikkinen, Hillis, Holmes, Gallagher, Gaucher, O'Delian, and Maxwell. I can't really get rid of these minuses. No matter how hard I try, they're still there, but at least they're only -1s. And defensively, it's the same story. I can't, like, I can do this and get rid of this, but then this -3 is here no matter what. And then in the NHL, starting with defensemen, you have Vasiliev with Tuzzolino. Now, hoping for a big year out of this guy. Gonna give him a shot. He's on a pretty cheap contract, whereas we're debating buying out Andros, so I don't want to give him that time. He's had how many seasons? I would say like 3 now of playing on that top pair. We can take a look at time on ice. Yeah, 4 years and still only an 81, so it's time for someone else to get a shot. So then Swanson, Wolf, and Yelanov up to the NHL now. Again, he'll be playing with Andros. Goalies are Morrow, and the backup is Kuvanen. So it's going to be a down year for goalies compared to what we're accustomed to. But again, we are sort of entering this retool, rebuild phase. So that's inevitable. That's going to happen. You have McKenna, Braun, and Pugh for a +3. Braun, hopefully he can get some good growth playing up here on the first line. You know, he is a playmaker, so it's 2 playmakers and a sniper instead of the power forward. And then second line, Kuznetsov, Holt, and Suter. We know what this line is capable of. I'm looking for big things out of them this year. And all three of those guys, sorry, two of those guys are in contract years. So they better have big seasons. And you've got Jonas. We're playing Flynn as a center. Um, we don't really have another center unless again we throw Lieutenant up there. But I want Flynn to play third line minutes, at least until we see what his overall is. So he's gonna be with Jonas and Percy, and then you have Grand Pierre. I believe this is gonna be his first year in the NHL. He is a sniper. He might even replace Percy. I mean, Percy's on a decent contract, but Percy can also play the fourth line. Then you've got Lieutenant and then Eugene Cunning. This could be the last year for Cunning on the fourth line. If we lose Suter and Jonas as well as Kuznetsov, there's going to be a lot of room in our top nine, and a guy like Cunning can slot in on the second line, maybe even the first line, and put up some points, and then really start to see some growth. So the captaincies have not changed. You've got Tezzolino and Lieutenant with the A's and McKenna with the C. All right, guys, we're here at the start of the regular season, and I'm not too sure how this video is going to look because unfortunately, my game crashed. So what had happened is Herman was given a qualifying offer from the Ottawa Senators. I accepted that deal because we can't match, right? We don't have the cap space. We got 4 first round picks from the Senators, but what happened is for whatever reason, even though he is unsigned, he doesn't play in the AHL or NHL. EA decided that that meant I needed my entire organization to be restructured. So I was in the process of sending down who is it? Again, my lines are fine now, so I can't actually tell you who it was. I think Frolov got called up, Kravchenko got called up, as well as Nelson Holmes. I was in the process of sending those guys down, and my game crashed. So we still have Tommy Kerman under contract here. I'm not gonna leave any of that in the video. I will cut the video when I was supposed to start the season sim. But now, guys, let's start the season sim and see what happens here. We are just going to sim to the end of preseason in case he does get a qualifying offer. I just want to be able to edit the lines while waivers and we don't have to be cap compliant and all that stuff, right? So we'll see what happens here. Okay, this time he gets matched by the Oilers. I'm gonna click remind me in 6 days. I'm gonna stop the sim. Now, we are going to take the compensation. I just want to quickly take a look and see what kind of team Edmonton is. Because obviously, if they have $24 million in cap space, I would assume they're not a good team. And yeah, they're listed as a seller, and they have lots of cap space here. We're obviously not making any trades. But they still have $6 million in cap space, even with that 24 accepted by Lieutenant. Not Lieutenant Kerman, sorry. I'm just curious, right? Because we're going to be getting these draft picks. They look like good draft picks. We will obviously take the compensation when the reminder comes up. And then hopefully waivers and everything will still be off. It'll be a lot easier for me to send down players if it decides to redo my entire system again. I'm really hoping it does not, but I don't trust EA in the slightest. Okay, so this time it does not. Okay, I will take that. Let's get the rest of preseason done. We'll see if Flynn is known or not. If Flynn is not known, we will give him the first 9 days or 9 games of his ELC. If he's NHL ready, he can stay up. If not, we will send him down. I don't want to burn a year off his contract when I have other players that can play. All right, perfect. Murray Flynn is a 78 overall. He is unfortunately probably not a center. We don't actually know all his stats, but he's going to stay as the face-off man. You can see Eugene Cunning is actually up to an 82. And just because he's a grinder, I can't really put him anywhere in the lineup for him to still get a plus unless I put him on the first line. But I want to see Ron have a really good regular season, so I'm not going to do that. Defensively, Yelenov is up to an 81. And he's an offensive defenseman. I would thought he was a two-way. So he's actually going to play with Wolf. I'm going to let Swanson play with Andros. Hopefully Yelanov can have a really good season. We're going to go look and see what he wants if we negotiate with him. This episode, I can already tell you, is definitely going to be on the longer side of things. He'll actually do a 2-year deal for cheap, which is interesting, but then at a 3 or 4-year deal, he wants a lot of money. So you know what? We're actually just going to offer him that 1.5 at 1 year. Now, that might be stupid, but it gives us next season with a hopeful top 4 defenseman who we can still restrict, and it helps us save cap space at the end of the day. But let's get the regular season started. We'll get the first month of simulation done, and then we'll go take a look at the team. Move my webcam out of the way so you guys can see the standings. So we're not starting the season off too hot here, 3-2. And we want to be watching the Oilers. Hopefully we beat them every time we play, just because we want to make sure that their picks are good. Obviously, we want lottery picks from them, at least one. If one of those picks is a lottery pick, that's going to be great for us. It's not our fault that, or I guess it is kind of my fault. We don't have the money for Kerman and they beat us 4-1. But again, I was going to lose him regardless unless I just let him walk, which I'm not going to just let any player walk whose rights I control. I personally feel that was the best way to handle it, is just restrict him and then you take the compensation and move on. So the first line, not doing too hot. Rod Holt's up to an 84. Again, he's on a decent contract, but he is just... Oh, why did it change my lines? You guys seen it. You guys seen it. The lines were not changed, and now they're changed. So no wonder we're off to this horrible start. Give me a few minutes here, guys, to get the lines back to what I had them as. Alright, guys, so now these are the forward lines heading into this season. Lieutenant will be the third line center, and then this second line, the fourth line just gets a -2. I can put Lieutenant down here and it's 2 -1s, or if I switch Grand Pierre and Frolov, there we go. We get just the -1. Again, I can't really get rid of this minus. Probably could if I mess up the top 6, which I don't want to do. Hopefully that didn't mess us up too much and we can get this season right back on track here. So I'm going to go ahead and offer Frank Bush this contract. It's the max we can give him. Your offer is not close to what I would be willing to accept. All right. So we will just keep on simming then. We're not going to be able to bring back Bush once again. He's going to sit out an entire year. We'll just simulate about a week before November 1st just to see if he's changed his mind on that. And again, hopefully now that we have the line set up how we want, we'll get the season back on track. I apologize, guys. This is going to be, I think anyways, a longer episode. I've already been recording for an hour, and I'm so lost on what parts are going to be cut out, just like I don't remember off the top of my head. Like, I don't know how much time I spent doing things before my game crashed. So there we go, guys. We'll just stop the season sim at EA's reminder. We'll go see if we can get Frank Bush again. Makes our team a lot deeper to bring him back. I definitely want him here, that's for sure. And he'll take $7.1 million. Your offer is not even close to what I would consider. If we enter the negotiations, we'll charm him. Contract. He wants a 2-year deal. How much money does he want on a 2-year deal? We can't even afford to offer him this. So what if we negotiate on a friendly salary, get 3 million taken off, and then we're going to go to a new topic just so that we can do a 1-year deal instead. He wants that 7.1 million. Again, we would have to take $3 million off, and he is not interested. All right, guys, we did everything we could. Frank Bush doesn't want to sign for that much money, nor do I blame him. But it just means that he sits out another year. Let's go ahead and get this month finished up. There we go. A big 7-1 win against the Bruins. Here as we sit at the top of the Central Division. So maybe we are still a good enough team to compete. I know a rebuild / retool is coming. I just know it. It just obviously don't know when we're going to fall off. But let's take a look at the stats here. There we go. Now that we got our lines back how we want them, the boys are clicking. Liam Pugh, 29 points. McKenna, 28. Marty there with 26. And Kuznetsov on the second line. He's trying to have a career year. He's in a contract year as well. Love to see him hit 80 points. Again, he's been here for a long time. 593 points in 843 games. Has not missed a game yet. Looking for big things from him. Zane Suter as well. Up to that 88. He's clicking at a nice pace. You got Rod Holt. There was 17. Ron on the first line, not picking up as many points. That's probably better for us if we're wanting to bring him back on a cheaper deal. You can see Lieutenant on the third line putting up some points, and then everybody else, this is just about right. I would say there's not really any stragglers here. People playing worse than I expect them to. Maybe Percy could be doing a little bit better, but, that's okay. And goalie-wise, 6-0 for Kuvanen to start his NHL career. He's 78 overall. That's nice to actually have a capable backup. And then Morrow, he's up to an 83. He's having an okay season. Not going to complain at that. And I just want to see quickly. So Reynolds is a backup goalie as well. And then Lawson is a minor backup. So Reynolds probably gets into the NHL next season. Let's give him a full year as the starter. And then I just want to take a quick look here at defensemen. See if anybody has gone up in overall. Not really. Nobody is NHL ready besides Curtis. Same thing with forwards. Just want to make sure I'm not sitting in 80 overall guy and there's nobody. So we are ready to get back into the season sim. We're just honestly going to sim right up to the trade deadline. That's when I'll send the scouts out. And some of this season might be done as a time lapse. Not too sure yet. It will really just depend on when I'm editing how long the video is going to be. Because it looks like we're going to be a playoff team, knock on wood there. But so for sure there's going to be some longer parts there in the playoffs. And I can't really time lapse the playoffs. 2 losses in a row where we are 21-8-2. 1 point ahead of the Wild there for first in the division. I think this year could very well be our last year as a top team. And I know I've said that, but you have to think we are most likely losing 2 players out of Suter, Kuznetsov, and I believe Jonas is the other one. If we lose 2 of those guys, that's 2 top 6 forwards. We're not going to be as deep a team. You can get away with putting a lower overall center on that second line with Kuznetsov and Suter because they're unreal. But when they're both not there, you're not going to get away with that. It's obviously going to be a much crappier forward core next year. That's just the reality. Again, salary cap has kind of messed us up. But again, I gave those guys like 8-year deals. So it's just been that long since they've got offers. It's not like I gave them short-term deals and I'm regretting it now, right? So we'll have to see here. Hopefully we get some growth from some younger guys this season as well. That could soften the blow. We're doing good. We're not the top team in the division, but second is still pretty good. Again, the President's Trophy curse has got us twice now, so I hope we don't win it again. Now, I'm not a superstitious guy, but that's one that never really looks good for any team. You never win the cup when you win the President's Trophy, so I don't want that curse on us again. But I'm really liking the way the guys are performing here, having another solid season. Quite a few losses in a row there, but we get back on track with wins against Anaheim and Detroit. Up against Nashville there, playing against Siegel, and we get another victory. We'll put our block as buyers, but we're not going into the deadline anyways. We got 4 wins in a row here coming up against the Islanders, and we lose to them, and we sit first in the division, and the Oilers are second in their division. There's still a chance they can miss the playoffs, but they are looking really good. Let's go ahead, take another look at our players' stats. And yeah, this first line, what can you even say? Pugh and McKenna are unreal players. Let's take a look here. Liam Pugh, he's been unreal for so long. He's almost a point per game player at 785 points in 803 games. It's obviously these first 4 years that kind of hold him back from that, but since he broke out, man, he's been unreal. Same thing with Gavin McKenna. He actually is over a point per game now. I believe he was not at the end of last season, so that's awesome. Those first 4 years in the league, they kind of held him back, but again, he's just an unreal player. Marty Tuzzolino with 74 points, looking for another Norris Trophy. Kuznetsov and Suter, they're clicking there with 60 points. Rod Holt, he is a beast on that second line. Super happy we were able to keep him under contract. And even Braun's starting to pick things up also with 52 points on that first line. And Jonas, I mean, what a year from the guy. He has not been the most offensively gifted player, but he's breaking out this year. Already 58 points, looking like a career year. Luutinen, he is back up to his scoring ways. After a couple of down years, looks like he's going to hit 40 points once again. And then it's just kind of what you expect. I would have hoped Percy was doing a little bit better, but you know what? That's okay. And then goalie-wise, Huvinen still playing pretty good, and Morrow, he's just doing starter goalie things, not really having an elite season by any means, but not having a bad season either. Let me go ahead, guys, get the scouts sent out, and then we'll finish off the regular season and get into the playoffs. All right, guys, we did get the scouts sent out. It's time to finish up this regular season. Looking like another 50-plus win campaign. Who knows? Maybe we go on some insane run and get 60 in back-to-back years, but I think we'd have to win every game there as our win streak comes to an end at the hands of the Maple Leafs. We actually go on a little bit of a slide. Not too upset about that again. I do not want to win the President's Trophy. That curse has not been fond to us. As we actually lose 5 in a row. Okay, there we go. We get back in the win column there. Back-to-back wins. We've clinched a playoff spot. Go ahead and stop the sim so you guys can see we clinched a playoff spot. 99 points. We're the second best team in the league. The President's Trophy is still up for grabs. The Wild have games in hand on us. Let's let them win it. The Oilers, they're sitting in a wild card spot. It sucks that we didn't beat them. I am kind of praying that they get pooped on the rest of the year. I want a lottery pick, man, even if it's only, the 14th or the 12th pick. A lottery pick is good nonetheless. We haven't really been able to get that big first round medium elite talent in quite a while. The Oilers are our best chance at that. So we sit second still in the division. 2 games remaining here. And we beat our rivals, the Avalanche, and we beat the Lightning. So we clinch the division. And I want to say, no, we do not clinch the President's Trophy just yet. The Wild can still pass us, so let's simulate a day. And now, guys, we clinched the President's Trophy. Just after I've been saying this whole time, I don't want it. I don't want that curse. It hasn't been good to us. We get the curse. Let's go ahead and take a look at our fellas here, though. A little bit of a down year, maybe. Not the 122 points we saw last year, but 100-point seasons for McKenna and Pugh, nonetheless. This is actually Pugh's first 50-goal campaign. So let's go. Improving in different ways every year. And Marty Tuzzolino, dude, 92 points. Not as many points on the power play for him, but another fantastic year nonetheless. Kuznetsov, this will be the last guy I go look at like this. He has a career year, almost 8 points per game. He's going to cost a lot of money. We've got Zane Suter, Rod Holt had a good year. Jonas, a career year. Ron up there with 60 points. Lutonen back with a 40-point campaign. Yelenov, not too shabby. He's an offensive defenseman. There's still a chance for this guy to grow. I'm actually very happy he started to pan out. You've got Grant Pierre, Paul Wolf, Swanson, Frolov, just everybody you expect. Vasiliev, I want to just take a quick look at him. Okay, he had the same season as last year. We'll take a quick look at our goalies. Not going to complain here. Not the best goalies in the league. Not the worst goalies in the league. This is just what happens, though. We needed cheaper goaltending, and we got it. In the AHL, Keaton Reynolds had a fantastic year. He will be the backup in the NHL next season. Lawson will be the AHL starter. Let's just take a quick look and see. Hillis, 81 points. Goligoski, he's going to be an NHL player next year. What a fantastic campaign from him. Gallagher, I wish this guy would have panned out, but he's an AHL star. Scores 40 goals down there. What a great season. Same thing with Pitt. Would have loved for him to have panned out, but an AHL star nonetheless. Still have Jackson Gauthier, guys. We'll keep him till he retires. Hopefully we get some nice growth from some guys down there, but enough yapping about AHL growth. We are on the hunt for a 3rd Stanley Cup. Ladies and gentlemen, the NHL regular season is done. We're not going to waste any time here. Matching up against the Sharks, we want some revenge on these guys. Let's throw the face cam back on here. We know what this team is about. Let's walk in here. Let's get a victory. Period number 1. And we're down 3-0. Period number 2. All right, we make it a game here. Only down by 2. Oh boy, come on guys. Let's get some more goals. There we go. Akerson scores for the Sharks. Boys, the Sharks might be our kryptonite power play. It's a long one. We do not capitalize. 10 minutes left in the game. I mean, their goalie just played better than Morrow. Simple as that. We do have to remember that Morrow is a playoff rookie of sorts. He has never been the starter in an NHL playoff game before. Not a good first showing. That is for sure. Actually looks like he didn't even play that game, or he definitely got pulled. Either way, Game number 2, we've got to get a game on home ice, gentlemen. This screwed us over last year. Period number 1. Once again, we're down 2 goals here. Ampu at least gets 1. Period number 2. Okay, there we go. Cunning, Wolf, Percy, and McKenna as we're up by 2. That's the scoring we needed to see. Again, we struggled defensively against the Sharks. This is now, there we go. Ratslav gets scored on by McKenna. But this is actually the, 8th playoff game in a row against San Jose where they score 3 goals on us or more. So, I mean, they score 1 with 16 seconds left. There you go. That's actually 4 goals. Only 1 game, I think. No, sorry, guys. Actually, I'm remembering. They scored only 2 goals in that last game. So that's 7 of 8 playoff games where they score 3 or more. I'm happy that we've got the victory. We need to figure out our defensive game here, heading into enemy territory. Period number 1. Okay, that's a good first period. Power play goals from Jonas and Yelanov. Period number 2. Another goal from Wolf, but they get 1 to cut the lead down in half. There we go. Frolov, the 4th liner. That's a huge goal. There we go. Kuznetsov, baby. Playoff clutch. We give up a power play, but good penalty kill. We're up by 3 goals here. Looking like we're going to take a 2-1 series lead. There we go. Not even the empty netter. Just Vasiliev getting in on the scoring. As you can see, Morrow had a great game. Paul Wolf there with 2 points. And we take home ice advantage back in the series. Now, can we sweep them on home ice? Can we get both these games here? Go up 3-1. This is a good team. We don't want to give them any breathing room in the series. Period number 1. Good first period there. Period number 2. Okay, we took a 2-0 lead, but 3 quick goals. Not really quick, but 3 goals. They have the 1 goal lead. Come on. Let's see a Rod Holt goal. Power play. Come on, gentlemen. You can't have that long a power play and not capitalize with the talent we have. Come on, that 2nd or 3rd line. Can they get some clutch going for us? Even Liam Pugh hasn't scored this game. They get 1 on the power play. Bad time for a penalty kill. As they tie the series at 2. It's not over yet. We're going back on home ice here. They force a game 6 at least, but come on, guys. You're on home ice in front of your fans. Give them something to cheer hard for. Period number 1. And we're down by 1. Period number 2. Still 2-1. It's anybody's game here. There we go. Wolf, a shorthanded goal. But Costi scores right after, and they still have a power play. Somebody's taking too many penalties on this team. We need a big goal here. Come on. Liam Pugh, Gavin McKenna, Puzzolino. Where are you guys at? Kuznetsov, Holt. We need a big one here. And we don't get it. We're down 3-2 in the series. I don't know what else to say. Not too sure what else I can do. As we advance to round 2 in the AHL playoffs. I feel like these lines are good, but you know what, guys? This is really our last hurrah. Like I said, we are losing 2 top 6 forwards off this roster. Kuznetsov, McKenna, and Pugh. You are the 3 forwards who started this journey for us. I'm going to stack you guys all on the first line. Jonas, you're going to get top 6 minutes for the first time as a member of the Bison. We need you to shine bright for us. Eugene Cunning, you're going to get up here on the 3rd line. Gentlemen, this is the time. Same thing here. We're actually going to throw Andros back up there, and we're going to leave the D-court just like that. If there was any time, gentlemen, to, put on a show, this is the time. Again, we're losing two of these talented forwards. This roster looks drastically different heading into next season. I'm not ready for this to be over, and I know the players aren't either. Come in here, that top six, that monster first line, have a fantastic game, leave it all out on the ice. Period number one. We're down 1-0. Period number two. We're up 3-2. Suter on the power play, Rod Holt, and then McKenna. One more period here, one shift at a time, gentlemen. We've beat these guys already before in games. We can beat them again. Play good in front of your goalie. Shut the door for him. We're playing good. Maybe let's get an insurance marker. They're getting quite a few shots on net, though. 1 minute left. There we go, Frolov, the empty netter. And we walk away with a 4-2 win. Morrow stands on his head. Suter and Holt, that second line, they combine for 4 points. And we force a game 7. We're on home ice. Similar speech, guys. This could be the last time that this core plays together. Leave your hearts all out on the line. Leave it all out on the ice. Period number 1. We're up 2-1, baby. Period number 2. It's tied at 2. We give up a shorthanded goal. We get a power play. Come on, guys. We have to capitalize on those. We're out shooting them by quite a bit here. Come on, let's not go to overtime. Let's finish it in regular time. Come on, gentlemen. A power play. It's huge. You have to score, and they don't. All right. Oh, my God. Vasiliev scores with 20 seconds left as we win game 7 on home ice. Let's go, gentlemen. We're headed to round number 2. So in the AHL, we are up 2-0 against Syracuse. And in the NHL, we're playing the Chicago Blackhawks. I was getting ready to actually jump into that overtime game, get some big emotional speech going. And Vasiliev says, "Don't worry, coach, I got it." So here we go, guys. We're in round number 2. Hopefully we can get to round number 3. Here we go. Period number 1, 1-0. Period number 2, 2-1. Heading into the third period here. We're playing all right. I'm going to leave the forward lines as they are for now. That's what won us 2 games in a row. They score a power play goal. It's tied at 2. Come on, guys. Let's play good for your goalie here. It's just game number 1. We are just getting a feel for these guys. Honestly, don't remember if we've played the Blackhawks in the playoffs before. We've got overtime. And there you go. Sullivan scores for them quickly in OT. We're going to be heading into game number 2 here, down by 1. Okay, they've got Matthew Tkachuk. I could have swore the Sharks had him last year. So Tkachuk, he's still playing. He's still putting up points. Period number 1. There we go, baby. The forwards came to play. Period number 2. It's 5-1. Period number 3. We win 6-2 to tie up the series. That first line combines for probably, 7 or 8 points. And let's see here. Going into game number 3, the series is tied. We got to steal one on the road, though, to get home ice advantage back in the series. Period number 1. We're up by 2. Period number 2. Still a 2-goal game. Anybody's game here. We get a power play. The power play doesn't capitalize. And we kill off a long one from them. Another power play for them, and we kill it off. Let's play with some discipline here, gentlemen. 2 minutes left in the game. And we're going to walk away with a 2-0 victory. Morrow plays phenomenal for us. Eugene Cunning scores a goal. Now we have home ice advantage back in the series. We also have a 2-1 series lead. Let's make some magic happen here. As well as now, I think for the first time, actually, we are in the 3rd round in the AHL playoffs. That's nice to see. But we don't care about the AHL right now. We care about game number 4 here in Chicago. Period number 1. Okay, 1-1. Rod Holt on the power play. Period number 2. All right, we're up by 1. Smith there Smith, I don't know who, but Pugh scored a goal anyways. We've got a 1-goal lead. I'm confident in the lads here. They can close the door. That's okay. It's still a 1-goal game. We give up a power play. It's a long one, guys. Good kill, though. We got to play with some discipline. It's one thing we're lacking, but at least we have a decent penalty kill. Another overtime game. I'm not going to say too much here, because I don't need to, because Ludwinski scores for them. We're not good in overtimes against the Blackhawks, and the series is tied at 2. Now it's really anyone's series. At least we get 2 games at home. Come on, guys. I know you have it in you. Let's have a good game here on the road. At home. Period number 1. Okay, Braun scores as well as Edwards. Period number 2. It's still a 1-1 game. Power play. Yes, Gavin McKenna, your captain, baby. And then they tie it right up after, and then we give up a power play. Nice penalty kill. Come on. We need that top line to be buzzing for us. You're 3 of the best players in the NHL. We need you to be scoring more goals than this. Please avoid the overtime. There we go, Rod Holt. You say please. Holt says, I got you. Don't worry. All right. We go up 3-2 in the series. Morrow's playing phenomenal. Tazzolino gets a 2-point game. We have 2 chances to close it out. We're going into Chicago. We've played good hockey here in Chicago. Not too much to say, gentlemen. Let's just close the series out in 6. Period number 1. Okay. Holt scores the first goal, but then they take a 2-1 lead, and Kuznetsov ties it. Period number 2. Still a 2-2 game. We're peppering their goalie with shots. Let's keep the shots coming, gentlemen. You shoot it, and eventually one's going in. 10 minutes left, and there we go. Kuznetsov, baby. And we give up a power play, but we have a great penalty kill here in Saskatoon. 3 minutes, 2, 1. Let's go, baby. We're off to round number 3. Not even going to look at the 3 stars. We haven't done that yet when we win a series so far. So let's not jinx it. But let's take a quick look at the AHL here. We're up 2-1. So we'll just advance a day on these guys. There we go. We're up 3-1 against Wilkes-Barre. And we've got the Flames up next. Haven't played the Flames in the playoffs yet. The Flyers, I thought they were having a rough season, and they actually turned it around, and now they are in the Eastern Conference Finals. All right, so let's see here. Calgary Flames. We have the experience. We've been here before. Period number 1. We're down by 2. Period number 2. We're down by 4. Let's just get this game over with. It's a 5-1 loss. Again, we've lost game 1 in 3 series now in a row. And we still got here, right, guys? We are not worried about that in the slightest. Let's go ahead here. Pick up a win in Saskatoon. Period number 1. We're down by 2. Period number 2. Okay, we're only down by 1. There you go. Gavin McKenna, baby. Ties it up quick. There's that offense you love to see. And they score 1 to make it a 1-goal game. Can we get another goal? Force an overtime. Power play. It's got to capitalize. And they just come up a bit short. 3 minutes left. Come on. Where's your playoff clutch, guys? They're not able to get it done. We're actually going to edit up the lines now. I don't like the way the team has been performing in these first 2 games. And I'm also going to change up the power play. Give me a couple of minutes here, guys. All right, so these are what the lines are now. They are back to what they have been, as well as the power play. I put Kuznetsov up on the first power play unit. McKenna and Pugh have always been on both units, but I did add Tazzolino here. So now the only difference on the power plays is one has Yelenov, the other one has Suter. I'm feeling confident, guys. I think heading into Calgary with the depth spread out again, we have a good chance to advance. As well as our AHL team makes the finals. That's the first time for them. Good job. Hopefully they can clutch it up. We've got bigger things to worry about here. The first game in Calgary. We've got to battle back from this series. This is a must-win game. Period number one. We're down by one. Period number two. Gavin McKenna on the power play. So the power play changes have worked out so far. And Rammer scores for them. Pretty sure he was a player I actually wanted to draft and we ended up passing on. So that sucks. But guys, we cannot find the offense in Calgary. Come on. McKenna, Pugh, Holt, somebody. And we're down 3-0. I'm going to change the lines again because clearly that was not working for us. I really hope we can turn it around, though, in this series. Let's see here. We're going to switch the centers around. Actually, we're going to switch the snipers around. So McKenna can play the wing. Holt, you be the sniper on this line. We'll throw Braun as another playmaker. And then we will do Kuznetsov, power forward, sniper, playmaker. And we'll throw Percy up. Actually, you know what? Let's throw Percy on the first line. Get Holt down there on the third line. Let's try this. Defensively, we are just going to stack the best players on the best lines. I mean, at this point, a 3-0 comeback is almost impossible. So what do we really have to lose? I mean, not much. Let's see. Can we start the reverse sweep? Period number 1. 0-0. Period number 2. Right at 1. Again, guys, this is your last chance with this core. We are losing guys. So, can't capitalize on the power play. That is the moral of the playoffs for us. We're down 2-1. There we go. The fourth line. Fralavi comes in, gets us a tying goal. And Quinton Byfield scores with 5 minutes left. We just can't keep the puck out of the net. And our playoff run ends short as we get swept by the Calgary Flames. Let's take a quick look here at our stats for the playoffs, and then we will get to the draft. We'll have to wrap this video up kind of quick. I've already been recording for almost 2 hours at this point. You can see Holt did not perform as well as Braun was atrocious. So everybody else, I would say, did what was expected of them. Like Liam Pugh and Kuznetsov, you can't really always expect players to be a point per game in the playoffs because it really is just a different beast. And Morrow, despite the shaky first round, had really good stats. Again, he just did not get the offense or the defense really from the team. So let's go ahead and get right up to the NHL draft. So the Buffalo Sabres have won the Stanley Cup, and the Texas Stars, I totally forgot we were in the AHL finals. We didn't win. That's okay. That's the farthest we've ever been. Let's take a quick look, though, at the awards. So the President's Trophy curse gets us again. Once again, guys, out of the 6 years now we've been a playoff team, we've made the finals. Every year we didn't win the President's Trophy. So that is just food for thought. Will Smith in Toronto gets the Art Ross. McKenna wins the Hart. Puzzolino his third Norris. This guy really is the best defenseman in the league. Could potentially be one of the best defensemen to ever do it once it's all said and done. Michkov gets a Lady Byng. Dumont. So the Flyers get back-to-back Calder winners as well as back-to-back Eastern Conference Finals appearances. Lane Hudson wins the Conn Smythe in Buffalo. Graves gets a Vezina. Wallstead wins an M. Jennings. Sider in Colorado wins the Masterton. Cope with the Adams. Bates with the Frank J. Selk Trophy. And Will Smith with the Ted Lindsay. And Mason McTavish in New York wins a Rocket Richard. We'll just quickly check the AHL, see if any of our guys won awards. Hillis, back-to-back years of winning the Fred T. Hunt. And that's about it. So there we go, guys. Montreal has the first pick. We'll take a look at our draft board as well as the draft class. Remember, The Oilers unfortunately made the playoffs, so their draft pick is not a lottery pick. And we have picks 23 and 31. So we are at least going to get two decent first round talents. Down here in our picks, we don't really know a whole lot. I mean, we've got a top six forward. He's a grinder. Personally, I would love to take Ronald Hillman. He's a playmaker. We are probably losing Suter. It'd be nice to get another playmaker in the organization, as well as Orlando Genie. 3 years ETA, looks to be a top four defenseman. We also have Lalim here, but he looks like he'll be a sniper or a two-way forward. I mean, if, and that's a big if, any of these guys drop to us, we'd obviously take them, but I just don't think that's going to happen. And we have picks 23 and 31, so possibly Jorgen Backman falls to us, but the scouts didn't do too good a job. We'll take a look. We actually have Sergei Yakupov there as a goalie. We're not going to draft him because we're actually going to draft Fedorov if he's available. So Fedorov might be our second first round pick. He's listed as a gem, medium elite, so I'm happy about that for a goalie. But let me know what you guys think. This draft class can really be all about what you guys want to see. We've definitely got some decent talent scouted out. And we're just going to pin any gems because we know gems do pan out. But let me know what you guys want to see us draft, even if it's just position-wise. What positions do you want to see us really focus? Again, who are we bringing back out of Kuznetsov, Bush, Braun, and I also believe what the other one is, Suter and Jonas. Thank you guys so much for watching. We're going to wrap the video up here. Leave your thoughts down below. As always, make sure to like and subscribe. And YouTube will see you in the next one.